In this episode tonight, coming up, it's more chat about football.
Hello! We're back!
Hello. Hello indeed. Welcome to the podcast.
Look at the grin on his face, just because he supports a team with a couple of stars, a tree and some water.
Oh, one thing I would say was very much special podcast tonight. It's all to do with Tottenham's relegation party.
Don't care. We're here to talk about Corby Town Football Club, of course, and other teams are not really important. So there you go with that.
We should do the promotion bit.
Don't forget to hit the like button, the notification button, the subscribe button, and of course, the share button.
Don't forget to follow us on all the other social media channels and go to the website because it's a very good place to be.
The website now has got so much information on it. Go and check it out. Also, if you haven't, look at the TikTok account because all the goals of Saturday are on there in shorts.
They are rare indeed. And yes, thank you very much. I watched the highlights of that game.
Did you watch the highlights? Yeah.
I did, yeah.
I thought that Liam did an absolutely fantastic job because what he did, he set his camera up next to the press box, filmed it from there, and did a full commentary all the way through the game. Not just overdubbed it when he did it. It was absolutely a wonderful job. Well done indeed. Looked really good. And captured all 4 goals, of course. But so you can see Tendai's first goal for the club, and of course a hat trick by top goal scoring machine Fletcher Toll, the best goal scorer in the league.
Yeah, Tendai should have had 2 really, but
maybe.
But Fletcher nicked it on the line, didn't he?
He did, yeah. A good performance really, because I got to speak to Setch after the game. Have you seen that?
I have, yeah. I watch all the stuff when I'm not at a game. I watch everything.
And it looks like it was filmed at a rather dubious angle, but that's the best I could do with an iPhone. And iPhones aren't that good. So, allegedly, don't
in the press box as well, it's not very easy. So that goes off to Chuck. So very well done.
We didn't have any kind of microphonation either. So, we did what we could. And, it's been a good week at Corby Town.
It has. I'd just like to, one special mention to the chap in Costa who serves me with my coffee.
Oh.
And I go in there when I buy one, maybe 2-3 times a week. He watches the podcast.
Does he?
So hello.
Hello to him. And I refuse to go into Costa now because they're owned by Coca-Cola. So there you go. Thanks very much for both of those companies.
So Chuck doesn't go to Costa. He doesn't drink Coca-Cola. He won't wear Nike. He won't go into Wetherspoons. Is there any more things?
Yeah, now that Trump's been inaugurated, I'm never going back to America for the next 4 years.
Well, no. Heart goes out to all the people through the fires in California.
Yeah, California, Los Angeles in particular, looked absolutely hideous, which of course drags us on to another subject of Los Angeles.
Okay.
Because did you see the report that Will put together, the preamble that Will put together, Will Lewin from Los Angeles?
I did. I saw it.
His parents are from Northamptonshire. His dad's from Corby. His mum's from that Kettering place down the road.
Yeah.
A little bit of a kind of furore with some of the comments, but that's how they talk in America. But
I think it would have been easier to take if it wasn't said coming from Corby Town TV.
I understand that, yeah. But
if it had been a
fan,
a freelance or whatever, it would have been totally different. But it's got our badge on it, and he said from Corby Town TV at the time. So yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, but I think he's learned. I think he's learned that you need a bit more tact, and And he was doing it for a school project, and I think that's good. Right,
that's
university
what sports journalism is, isn't it?
Totally.
Learning.
You're learning a bit of tact, and you learn from it, and you go again when you have to. So, for anybody who didn't see that, you may catch it somewhere, but I think it's been taken off all channels. But it was the start of a busy week here at Steel Park when we had a game on Saturday and a game next Saturday.
We do indeed. Yep.
And who we play next Saturday?
Bedworth.
Yeah. So they're going to travel down the A444 all the way onto the M6, down the A14 and up along the A6003, all the way into Corby.
They will indeed.
That was a route trip off the top of my head, that was.
Was
So, yeah, we're looking forward to the Greenbacks coming down here Saturday afternoon. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff here at Steel Park. 500 in this weekend for the game versus Cough Sphinx. We really need to get a few more down here Saturday. Do you think it was the cold that put people off?
I don't know so much. Some teams bring a few supporters, don't they? Maybe it was the cold or something like that. I was feeling a bit under weather, and I thought, I ain't going out in the cold. It would just make me feel worse. So I didn't go.
But it was cold up here. And,
yeah. I don't think being under the weather is the right place to be standing up there on the gantry. No. It just made me feel worse. But all good now. I
did speak to one fan who was wearing his electronically heated jacket.
Wow.
And, ladies and gentlemen, is electronically battery-powered socks. And he said when he was in the boardroom, so it's not an obvious punter, is it? He says, I'm roasting in here, Chuck. And I said, well, get outside then. And he was socks, so Michael, socks, electronically heated socks.
I believe you get trousers now as well.
Unbelievable.
They go under, don't they, and whatever.
So, Alan, I hope you're toasty now and you haven't got any kind of burning sensation on your feet.
Is that Alan Strickland?
It was.
I believe Stevie's got one as well.
Oh, yeah. So, fans of heated clothing, come and watch Corby Town because it is a bit nippy up here, isn't it? Because the wind whips up that Rockingham Hill.
Yeah, I just got the old traditional
base layer.
Yeah, base layer. That'll do for me.
So I've got a press box and it's heated, so I don't care. But away games. I still think the worst away game I ever went to was that cold was at Carlton.
Really?
Yeah, it was awful. And of course, we've got a couple of games coming up, haven't we? We've got the home fixture here at the weekend. Then a huge game away on the 1st of February.
Quorn. Yeah.
And then the week after that, another huge game here, Anstey.
Yep.
So, a couple of games coming thick and fast. We've also, if you go to the website, there is a full list of all the games which are to be played here at Steel Park with their rearranged fixture dates in there. So check out the website.
Yeah, and the next few fixtures I'll put on here as I've always done lately, with a nice little graphic. So, that's right. They're fully amended now, and you'll be able to keep up to date. And I believe the only midweek fixture is against Lye, isn't it?
Yeah, that will be the, I believe it's the 8th of February. It could be. Might be wrong, but check the website.
I think it's the 12th.
Oh, it might be the 12th, yeah. Obviously, lots of information in this package tonight because if you want to be a mascot, contact the club. Why not indeed? At info@corbytown.co.uk. That will go to Macca. He'll sort that out. If you want to be a club mascot and go on with a team before kickoff. The other thing would be we need volunteers still.
We do need volunteers, and I think this is a subject that has arisen so many times. It's always difficult to get people involved in non-league football, especially around here. It seems to be a slight problem.
So we're getting 600 people up here, an average kind of gate. Out of a town of 66,000, and out of those people, we need a few more volunteers. 5 or 6 volunteers would be absolutely excellent. If you can help us out on match days, doing things around the ground, that would be brilliant. But we can only support you if you can support us. So it's what we need to be doing. But the pitch did look good on Saturday.
If we had 6 more volunteers and they each did a couple of hours a week, that would be 12 hours. That would be massive help to the people that look after the ground. And what happens on match days, because there's lots of people hanging around and doing stuff. And we just want to make the experience of people that come to Corby
for the first time. You know, away fans and people turning up to watch Corby Town. Want to make it as exciting, as much fun and health and safety for them too.
Yes.
And which brings me on to another thing. I'm jumping around. A lot of information tonight.
Yeah.
I started following a Facebook page.
Okay. One of many.
Yeah. It's kind of a ground hoppers, non-league grounds, England, Scotland, and Wales. And we do get several ground hoppers coming to watch Corby Town, don't we? They seem to like to come here. Lots of ground hoppers. And therefore, there was two that turned up, it seemed, on Saturday. One turned up. He was after a pin badge. That was his kind of motivation for being at the game. So thanks for him. He'd said some nice things about Corby Town. And somebody else was in the crowd, and he said that it was all very good, very Scottish, iron brew. There was no Scotch pies in the old thingy shop, but that's okay. He put up with the burger anyway. And do you know what the other thing he said was?
Go on.
He said that the pre-match music was absolutely fantastic, 10 out of 10. And, yeah, I think they're right. But I've also come up with the idea that I might be able to change the pre-match music and do different playlists each week because I've got a different idea on. So if anybody has some ideas of what you think I should be playing, let me know. And it will go to arbitration and we'll put the good ones out. Of course, we won't play Taylor Swift. We won't play Michael Jackson. We won't play Ed Sheeran. We won't. And there's a list of bands and artists that are banned from being played, mainly because, and this is quite important, Michael, because they're rubbish.
There's one band, right? There's one band that I would like to hear over a tannoy system. I've never heard them before.
Is it half man, half biscuit?
No. They played Corby many years ago. I believe it was the Nag's Head, and I was there. And they were kind of bordering on. They were a rock band, indie band, kind of in between. They were a band called Loud.
Loud?
Yes.
I think. No, I was thinking the Heavy Stereo there. I think they had a single called Loud. But if there's a band called Loud out there, I'll find it.
Yes, the band called Loud. They were kind of bordering on the indie sort of indie rock sort of scene. You know, there's my hand doing that. Yeah, very popular they became. Kind of thinking along the lines of they would tour with bands like New Model Army and stuff like that. Okay. You know, and the Levelers and that kind of thing. So yeah, just a little bit more heavier, but very good. They played down the Nag's Head many years ago. The place was pretty full. It was organised back then by a true mate of our family, really, who's no longer with us, Mr. Franny Lagan.
Oh, yes, yeah, Mr. Annie. So, yeah.
Used to run a really good night down there. So it's a shame, really. We've got people in Corby that ran really good events with Andy Warzone and or Andy Copeland. I know him as Andy Warzone and Franny, who are no longer with us.
But there are still people coming up and putting gigs on, like Ronnie. And so, yeah, there are a lot of people out there. Of course, Roddy as well. Roddy Stone from the
He's
Zombie
no
Club.
longer in Corby.
He's no longer in Corby, but you know, he was one of the people that also helped put loads of bands on. He brought Killing Joke to Corby twice, and Ian McCulloch. So though there's lots of comments about the Ian McCulloch gig, but I thought it was okay.
But you also brought the Enemy.
He did bring the Enemy. Enemy played Corby twice as well, and they're from Coventry, and they were mentioned on Saturday. Should we play the Enemy today? But yeah, it didn't happen. But you mentioned the Levelers, and I had a conversation recently where the Levelers was the one gig I went to because I saw them supporting New Model Army in Northampton. Okay. And I went to see the Levelers, went to go and see the Levelers at the Princess Charlotte in Leicester. Rammed, couldn't get in. Rammed. So I then saw the Levelers on several occasions after that. But yeah, if you like that kind of...
I saw a band that nobody's going to know, and they were in that ilk, because I used to watch bands like that, and I still do it, like that sort of music. I went to the Almighty at Charlotte's, which was absolutely fabulous. I also saw a band that Chuck may know, he may not know, called Claytown Troop.
Oh, I know the name.
Yeah. Again, along those lines, they did a very, very good album. It was cracking. I've got it in the house somewhere.
No. So, if you've got an idea, a suggestion of bands we want to play, we're not playing pop music, but we'll play songs that we think are very good and get them a play out here at Steel Park. Maybe if I put a set list together, then I can also then say, this is what we played in the hour and a half before the game kicked off, which will bring a lot of interest in and might have a few discussions about it, because you go to some away games and they're playing some awful kind of mixes. I know there's one local football team that play Heart FM, and we all know that Heart FM are actually the worst radio station in the UK. Please write to us on the back of a sealed down envelope if you have any questions or queries.
Corby are very lucky. They have a radio presenter. He's revered by many, okay, and also banned in some areas.
yeah. Not allowed to work the Christmas shift. So, but yeah, we're just trying to make it more inclusive, but we're not having pop. So, quite frankly, can you name one song by Taylor Swift?
I haven't got a clue.
No, there you go. She can't be that good, can she? So, yeah.
I
we'll
don't follow that sort of music. Oh, and by the way, did you enjoy, hopefully leave in the comments whether you enjoyed the family noise bit I put in the last podcast?
Yeah. Talking of family noise, Andy Holland was here at the weekend because he came with PV. PV sponsored the game at the weekend. Well done, PV, and everybody that came along. There was about 12 of them, and they all were in the boardroom and had a few beers, and then went in the bar afterwards and thoroughly enjoyed the game. And it was they that picked the man of the match, which, of course, was Fletcher Toll.
Fletcher Toll. Well done, Fletch.
And obviously that means that Fletcher Toll gets a dinner paid for, a dinner for two, at the Raj in Kettering.
Do you think he's going to take you?
No, but I might turn up and go, hello, the Raj. My name's Fletcher Toll. I've got my shooting boots on.
Yeah, okay.
Do I look like him?
No.
Oh, pity.
No.
So, but yeah, so that's the kind of thing that happens. So don't think you can turn up to the Raj looking like Fletcher Toll, because we have sent a picture.
I was sorting through videos, because all I'm going to do is, because I believe this is probably the 15th year now of Corby Town TV, I'm putting together a series of little sort of history of, where we've come from and what we've achieved. And I'm putting it together, from the start, and, people did it and everything. And you're going to see them coming out shortly. There's going to be a series of them, so please go and watch them and everything. But I was sorting through stuff, and I saw this man from 15 years ago. It was quite a shock. I managed to find some footage of Wilf.
Oh yeah,
and Jerry.
Yeah.
On a particular game day, so that was quite
good. We'll get it out there, and we'll share that.
It'll be the history of what we do from then up until now, and you won't remember this because it's, unless you're my age or Chuck's age or whatever. I used to go and follow Weymouth when I lived down on the coast, and going back many, many years, and Weymouth had a player called Graham Roberts.
Great player. That's where we got him from.
And he got sold to Tottenham. And part of the deal was that Tottenham brought a team. And in those days, they were honest. And it was like Ozzy Ardiles, Ricky Villa, I think Gary Mabbott, was he there?
Mabsy, yeah, Hoddle.
I'm not sure whether Hodder was there.
Garthy Crooks.
Yeah. But they brought a really, really strong team down. And I think Tottenham won the game 6-1. You can check that up in your history books. But, it was a wonderful evening.
I've met Graham Roberts twice, actually. He's a good lad. It'd be great to see a Tottenham team turn up here. That would be nice. But I don't suppose there's anybody from Tottenham watching this. But, thoughts also go out with any friends and family of Gary Brooks that died at the weekend. Another one we've lost, please, 64, played for Tottenham 81-82 cup final. Gary Brooks. And then there's
Denis Law.
Denis Law.
Yeah. I was watching a documentary on him last night, funny enough. What a player.
Yeah.
What a player. What a player. Yeah, all right. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he was just a fantastic player.
Would you call him, this is controversial, would you call him lazy because he only played in Manchester?
No, he played for Torino.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he played for, I think it was Torino. He went to Italy. And at the time, he said the football standard wasn't very good. It's not like it is today. And did you know that he never wanted to be a striker?
No.
He never wanted to be a striker.
Goalkeeper, was he?
No.
Safe hands.
He wanted to be in the middle of the field, chasing the ball and whatever. And he got told to go up front and don't come over the halfway line.
So you couldn't say
There's
that.
a documentary out there, and I watched it last night, and I'll try and find it again and put the link to it down here. It's only about 10 minutes long, but it was Denis talking about his career and everything, the games. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
But it's lots of good documentaries, football documentaries out there. And if you're making a Corby Town documentary as well, that's another must to see. But yeah, so what have we got coming up for this week, apart from the big kind of push on this game to get people up there?
Yeah, ladies played yesterday. They got edged out 3-2 by Higham, I think. Is it Higham Town? I think that's who they lost to here at Steel Park. Yeah,
They play on the pitch, did they?
I think they did. I think unless they played somewhere else, but there's definitely a result up there that Phil put out. So unless they used the Torigi Irvine catching, which I know they've done in the past.
Right.
So yeah, but the result was 3-2 to Higham, and I'll get any details and put them up here for you.
And the youth team?
The youth team, wow. I will put the result, if the game goes ahead, against the battle at the top. Blackstone's a top 21 points, played the same games as Corby, 21 points.
Oh.
And the only difference between them is goal difference. That's due to take place tonight at Blackstone's. The first game here, we lost 3-2, and that's the only defeat we've had this season so far. I have no news whether the game has gone ahead or not, but I will put the result in this podcast somewhere along here somewhere, so you'll be able to see what the result was.
Excellent. Now, if somebody sent that to me, I'd put it on the website as well. But I'm sure I'll be able to find the result tonight.
I can do that because I'll tell you why. Because here's the thing. The Northampton Senior Youth League have a Facebook page, and on there, a lot of the managers do their own match reports and send them in. And I think we could take it from there and put it on our website.
Right, okay.
Do you understand
Yes,
what I mean?
I do.
And it's normally Tiff that does a match report. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay. And we're obviously trying to give you as much information as possible and for you to share and gather knowledge. So, yeah, the website is the point to go to. Pivot from. Yep. What else we got?
What have we got? Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. No idea.
Well, we don't usually come up to a full stop in these things, but, you know, we've loaded you up with loads of information today, and it's pretty much fully information heavy. But if you want to go and have a look at the full, what would you call them, highlights of the game, go to the Coventry Sphinx website. You'll find, not website, go to their Coventry Sphinx in YouTube account. You'll find it there, or go to what's it called, X, and there will be a link on there somewhere as well. It's well worth a watch. But all the goals, as I say, I've snipped them out and put them onto TikTok.
Did you ask for if you could do that?
I've sent him a message afterwards, yeah. But it was very good. Yeah, it's very good. But I did have to play with the sizing a bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the way it goes, isn't it? So, one of the things we will do in the coming weeks is I think we're due really to do a behind the scenes of how we put this all together.
Should we?
Yes.
What, another camera behind the camera, looking at the camera, looking at us, looking at us, looking at them?
No. It means it's going to be interesting, right? It means Chuck doing the camera work and me talking you through it.
I'm not a cameraman. I'm a presenter. I'm also.
I'm not going to say anything. He's also banned on the radio.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back. I'm back on Corby Radio. So yeah.
Anyways,
Tuesday night, 8 till 10. But yeah, in the meantime, so that would be about the size of it, really. But if there's anything else you want to make comment on, please send your comments anywhere below. We pick them up. We get one or two, and they're all appreciated. Thank you. But also, obviously, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification button, and the share button if you're sharing any of this on.
Yeah, please do that. And don't forget to follow us on all the other social media channels. And go to the website, as Chuck says. An awful lot of information has been put on there now. So, yes, so please don't turn around and say, oh, we don't know what's happening. We've no idea what's going on with the club. It's there. It's all over the place. So, yes.
Big changes afoot. It's just going to get bigger and brighter and more fuller. More in your face.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't want to be burp on camera, basically.
But we've also got a full list of all the sponsors coming up soon as well. So that will be happening very soon as well.
Yep.
So any of the sponsors here at Corby Town, thank you very much indeed. Your sponsorship, your attentions, your energy, your engagement is wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And I think from there on in, Chuck, we should begin to wind this one up.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, we've said it all. This is what it is. This is Corby Town TV on the YouTube channel that goes out weekly on a Thursday. Michael does the editing, and it looks pretty good, I think. Please send us your comments if you think otherwise, or in fact, you do agree with us and think it's tremendous. But it sends us a nice big wave or a heart.
There are the odd week where it's not on, but hey-ho. I'm not going to go on there every week and say there's no podcast every week on this particular week. But, you know, if I went on holiday, it'd be different.
Indeed. So,
yeah. Anyways.
In the meantime, we will say good night. This is Corby Town TV. My name's Chuck, and his name is...
Michael.
He's remembered it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Wave.